There are a weird number of Trump pastors, like pastors who've taken pictures with Trump, being arrested for taking advantage of children. Look at this. There's this dude named John Paul Sheptock, just arrested for this. And trust me, he's not the only one. I've got a list we're going to go through.
Now to Montgomery County, where authorities have arrested a church leader accusing him of disturbing child porn. Detectives say they arrested him while he was ministering in a prison. ABC 13's Pooja Lodia joins us from First Montgomery Baptist Church in Montgomery with more details.
Pooja Lodia, metal freaking name.
Church pastor says he removed this suspect from his leadership position as soon as he found out about the arrest. As for the alleged victim, she says she was too afraid to come forward until now. John Sheptock was the worship minister here at First Montgomery Baptist Church, and detectives say he was at a women's state prison in Central Texas ministering inmates when he was arrested.
Knock me over with the feather. Dude is in a women's prison, quote unquote, shepherding them. Okay.
According to this written testimony from the Montgomery County Precinct 3 Constable's office, the alleged victim testified the crime started 9 years ago when she was 17, a senior in high school. Court records show she told detectives she believes Sheptock stole a photo from her iCloud photo account. Quote, after the defendant sent the image of victim, he told her that he wanted more explicit images of her. The defendant then sent her a video depicting someone being physically assaulted, accompanied by a statement implying that he did not want that to happen to her.
This is how predators keep people in line, by threatening them. And one of the worst things about Donald Trump, aside from the policy, is that he has normalized being a scam artist and a scumbag. People feel comfortable bribing and threatening and blackmailing and everything else because that's the type of personality that their God Emperor has. Disgusting.
On to say the alleged victim told detectives Sheptock showed her multiple nude photographs of adults and young girls on his computer. Detectives report accessing a text message they say shows he sent a nude photo of young girls to the alleged victim as recently as last October. The pastor says Sheptock did not specifically oversee any children here at the church. He is still asking.
You mean he wasn't like a worship leader over the youth group or something, right? But there were certainly children in the church, right?
Anybody, though, with any information on this alleged crime or any others to contact authorities. This charge does carry a punishment of 2 to 20 years in prison.
God damn, that's nuts. So that's Sheptock. There are others. Do you remember this guy? This dude was a senator who tried to codify Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness. Like, he tried to push through a bill that would legally recognize it as a mental illness, so that you could imprison or, institutionalize people who disagree with Donald Trump.
Every Sunday night during session, I say goodbye to my wife and kids and make the 3-hour trek to St. Paul to fight for our way of life, because day after day, it is under attack from Metro liberals.
A Minnesota state senator just arrested, accused of soliciting a minor for prostitution. 40-year-old Senator Justin Eichhorn is a Republican representing Grand Rapids. Bloomington police say that detectives posed as a 16-year-old girl and arranged to meet with him in Bloomington. Well, he was arrested after arriving in the area of the meeting spot.
Disgusting, dude. Then there's this guy right here. Ohio Chick-fil-A owner Stacey Austin has been arrested for driving over 400 miles to North Carolina with ill intentions to meet a 15-year-old child on a Sunday, of course. Can't forget Robert Morris. Robert Morris, who has taken pictures with Donald Trump. He is a Trump pastor in the truest sense. Again, he was on his spiritual advisory board until he went to prison. He'll probably get a pardon, so don't worry about it. A Texas pastor who pleaded guilty to repeatedly abusing a 12-year-old child has been forgiven by God, many of his supporters have suggested. This one is recent. He recently pled guilty to it. Pastor Robert Morris, 64, who founded one of the largest megachurches in the U.S., abused a 12-year-old over a period of 4 years in Oklahoma in the 80s, and last week admitted he was guilty of 5 criminal counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child. Osage County District Court in Oklahoma handed Morris a sentence of 10 years, but he'll only serve 6 months in jail due to a plea deal. He'll also register as a sex offender and pay $250,000 in restitution. Oh, never mind. He didn't get punished basically at all for this. Okay. The girl had told her parents and also informed leaders at the church in 1987, but no one had called the police. This is the exact same problem that happened with the Catholic Church and Jehovah's Witnesses. What is going on? The girl told her, hang on. The allegations include 1 count of attempted. I don't know how to butter that up. Morris's imprisonment marks a spectacular fall from favor. In 2016, then-candidate Donald Trump named him his spiritual advisor and a member of his Evangelical Advisory Committee. So that's another. How many are we up to? And this is very, very recent, all of it. What about Zach Radcliffe? Not to be confused with Daniel Radcliffe. The dude played a song at CPAC, famously. He's like a church musician and ran a church. This one is from March. This is from March. A predator with ties to both the evangelical Christian and MAGA worlds will now stand trial on nearly 60 charges, double the number he was initially charged with after a preliminary hearing by the judge. You may recall the story from last October because it made headlines for reasons that will soon be obvious. He's a 29-year-old graduate of Liberty University, a worship director at Oakwood Church in Michigan, a guy who performed original music at the Conservative Political Action Conference in 2019, and supported Trump, of course. He was arraigned on 2 charges of aggravated CSA activity, 2 charges of CSA activity, and 6 charges of using the internet to communicate with another to commit a crime. He's facing up to 25 years in prison. Radcliffe was accused of producing illicit content involving kids stretching all the way back to 2014. Liberty University deleted the page touting his CPAC appearance, and the church's homepage soon included a giant "We know exactly what you're visiting our website" disclaimer. Or, "We know exactly why you're visiting our website" disclaimer. Basically, I believe he used church funds to pressure the children into keeping their mouths shut and stuff. Like, it was just so messed up. So that, we got that one. And who can forget Josh Duggar, right?
Here is Josh Duggar's latest mugshot as he was booked into the Washington County Jail earlier today. And here is a surveillance video from inside the jail as he was booked. Duggar could face up to 20 years in federal prison, and his sentencing will not be for another 4 months. Duggar's attorney, Justin Gelfand, had a very short statement as he left the courthouse.
We very much appreciate the jury's lengthy deliberations. We respect the jury's verdict, and we look forward to continuing this fight on appeal. We have no more comment at this time.
And take a look at this video of Duggar's wife, Anna, Jim Bob, and other family members walking out of the courthouse today.
Jesus, dude. God, what a mess that was, right? Just a reminder, I would really appreciate it if you guys checked out my Patreon. If you're not going to donate, you don't have to, but follow me there at the very least. owenmorgan.com/Patreon. Just in case something happens with the government or whatever. It would be really good if you had some way to connect with me and my content. I'm really concerned about that. And maybe you should consider that for other creators too.
No one said anything. They just walked to an SUV and drove away.
Now, the defense says,
I don't know if you guys remember at this time when this all played out, but Josh Duggar was given the privilege, because he's rich and famous, to not spend the rest of his life in prison. And what did he do with that opportunity? He used that opportunity to look at CP on a computer. He thought he was being clever by dual booting into Linux because his wife set up Covenant Eyes, which is the same program that Mike Johnson and Mike Johnson and his son have, where they can see each other's screens randomly, Covenant Eyes. He had Covenant Eyes on his Windows computer at work, and he dual booted into Linux to get past Covenant Eyes. And unfortunately for him, I guess like the FBI, they were following like the downloads of this specific CP video. Thank f***ing shit we have people around to do that, right? they were following the downloads of this video, and Josh Duggar downloaded it. And they show up to his work, and they're like, and Josh Duggar sees him, and he's like, somebody been downloading CP from here? Like, super conspicuously. Like, are you kidding me right now? Oh my God, dude. Josh Duggar was the lowest piece of trash on planet Earth, honestly.
Throughout this entire case, that the prosecution was just looking to get a celebrity down for this kind of crime, starstruck rather. And the prosecution had a direct response for that statement.
First and foremost shows that no person is above the law, regardless of their status in society, regardless of their wealth, regardless of their fame. This case shows that
it's supposed to. Unfortunately, it's not true.
No person is above the law.
Now, in the courtroom today, there was response from the family. Anna Duggar, his wife, did need vocal a little bit, was teared up, and was devastated by this. The family was silent for the rest of the time and left the courtroom quietly.
Prosecutors in this case say more than 7%. The case is sentenced in the year 2020 in the...
Boy, that judge wasn't drawn very, God, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of it. It's, not very compassionately? No, that's not it. What's the word here? Somebody help me out. Damn it, I can't think of it. There's a word for this. It's on the tip of my tongue. Well, anyway, that judge did not, he got the raw end of the deal on this one, right? He got the short stick on that courtroom sketch artist.
In the year 2020 in the Western District of Arkansas for child pornography and abuse cases.
That's absolutely disgusting, absolutely sad, and I'm glad that these people are facing accountability. I'm just kind of confused and concerned about why so many of them are coming out of the Trump administration. Why are there so many people that take advantage of children coming out of the Trump administration? Seriously, what the f*** is going on right now? I have more, but I guess I'll call it there. Let me know what you think in the comments.